Rolling on 6 now. On 6.
Welcome to another edition of Everything Sci-Fi on the Eat, Sleep, Write podcast. Stories of the science fiction genre dealing with imaginative futuristic settings, time travel, faster-than-light travel, parallel universes, and extraterrestrial life. Sit quietly, for we will control all that you hear. Experience the wonders, labyrinthine adventures, and mysteries of the mind with Everything Sci-Fi.
Salvage 4, Mission, CSMO Recovery, Location, Kirkwood Gap, Asteroid 15, Eunomia, Earth date August 7th, 2064.
Stand by, Captain. Jake Paulson, the Salvage 4's pilot, reported. We're coming up on our target now. Well, it's about damn time, Captain Jameson answered through his headset. Gus Jameson was an ex-Marine. An overall nice guy, but a hard-ass. He needed to be in this line of work. Space was a dangerous and hostile environment where mistakes were not forgiven. Everyone knew Gus would bust your chops if he didn't have the hustle on. Jake loved piloting these salvage vessels. It was nearly 95 feet in length, 65 foot wide, and 20 foot tall, which was divided into 3 compartments. The 2 forward decks contained the pilot house and the living quarters. The ship could support 7 crew comfortably for 3 months. However, in an emergency, they could survive 6 if the crew reduced their oxygen intake to the environment minimum. The ship's air scrubbers would need to be replaced after that. The aft section was made up of its hydrogen fusion pulse drive, thruster packs, and fuel containers. The rest of the ship was a large open cargo bay with connecting hatchways to the forward compartment of the ship. They carried all the necessary tools to make any repairs on the CSMO. The mission was to restore power, send over 2 pilots, and get the CSMO mining. Jake gracefully slowed the ship, breaking their 1/10 light speed flight path to 15 Eunomia. We spent the last 12 days traveling from Earth to this godforsaken place. Time to get to work, everyone. Now maybe we can finally find out what happened to the Una-1. Darlene, the ship's engineer, said. I don't know about you all, Darrell Hansen, the pilot that would fly the barge, shrugged. But I, for one, want to know what happened to the other salvage crews. Captain Jameson floated from the aft cargo hold to the pilot house. He closed and sealed the aft cargo airlock and then floated over and took his seat. Strapping in, he peered out the window at the barge floating 1,000 meters from the asteroid. Looks like a simple enough recovery operation. He continued to study the ship in the light from the spots. So far, from what I can see, the hull looks intact. Captain, I'm going to swing us around the other side for another look. Okay, just don't get too close to that rock, will you? Don't worry, sir. I'll give her a very wide berth. What's up, Cap? Darlene, or Darla as they called her, asked. Any idea on what happened to the crew yet? Nothing yet, Darla. You better cinch down tight, though. We're going to dock once we finish our exterior inspection. This is odd, Captain, Jake said. What's that? It appears that they never fired their mooring harpoon. That could have been for any number of reasons, Darla stated, looking at the barge through her port side window. This is the first mining pod on an S-type asteroid. They must have been using extreme caution. You know how that is. Yeah, this might be the first Type S, but there are 6 other mining operations in the belt. Yeah, but those are all manned operations, Jack winked toward Darlene. And this is the first one in the Kirkwood Gap. Pretty amazing, to say the least, Jake said. Complete self-contained mining operations. CSMOs, man. What a concept, I'd say, Darlene said, tightening her straps. Extracting the asteroid elements and converting them into both water and air for the workers, then loading containers with the precious metals that are left over. No, Jake countered. What's amazing is the automated hauling. I disagree. Oh, come on now. You've got to admit, sending the full containers out for the auto hauler to latch on carrying them back to Earth and then returning the empties. Now that's ingenious. Watch it, the captain shouted. Royd! Jake instinctively fired his thrusters and avoided the rock that was flying right at them. Where did that come from? Keep alert, everyone, Gus smiled. The aliens are throwing rocks at us now. The crew chuckled at his musing as he attempted to lighten the mood. Seriously, though, there is still the element of mystery as to what did happen to the others. Coming around now, sir. Hold up there now, Gus said, coming to the edge of the straps as if to get a better look out the front window. Darla, shine our lights down 10 degrees and 5 port. You've got it, Cap.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Eat Sleep Right podcast, located at eatsleepright.net. Please send any questions, comments or suggestions to comments@eatsleepright.net. Please consider a donation to support the Eat Sleep Right podcast. Donations can be sent to our PayPal address at donations@eatsleepright.net. Once in a lifetime, the theme music for the Eat Sleep Right podcast, courtesy of Stephen Paul, all rights reserved, used by permission. Please join us again for the next edition of the Eat Sleep Right podcast.